Welcome back to Marvel and Myth. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of Iron Man's most intense and thought-provoking story arcs, Iron Man Armor Wars. This arc is filled with action, moral dilemmas, and emotional moments, so stick around till the end and let's explore Tony Stark's journey together. Iron Man Armor Wars opens with Tony Stark uncovering shocking news. His armor technology has been stolen and replicated. This discovery hits him hard because his technology, meant to protect, is now in the hands of dangerous individuals. With the stolen designs being used irresponsibly by villains, Tony feels a profound sense of responsibility. He realizes that he has to stop this misuse at all costs, knowing it's up to him to prevent any potential destruction caused by his own creations. As Tony investigates, he finds that his designs have been sold on the black market to various criminals, including some powerful foes. Each of these villains has weaponized his tech, putting countless lives at risk. Tony's anger and guilt drive him to act, but he faces a dilemma. Recovering his tech won't be easy, and it will require taking matters into his own hands. This decision marks the beginning of his personal mission, one that will push his moral boundaries and test his commitment as Iron Man. To reclaim his technology, Tony sets strict goals. He's determined to either destroy each stolen armor suit or disable it entirely. However, his mission isn't exactly legal. Tony knows that he'll be crossing lines, ethical, legal, and personal, to achieve his objective. This internal conflict becomes a central theme in Armor Wars, as Tony is torn between his duty to protect and his respect for the law. This isn't just about saving lives, it's about saving his own conscience from the guilt of his inventions being misused. Tony's first step is to upgrade his Iron Man suit. He adds new systems and enhances its capabilities, ensuring he can face any threats that come his way. He also creates a special device called the Negator Pack, which can disable the stolen suits using his technology. Armed with these upgrades, he begins his mission, targeting villains who are abusing his tech. The first villain he confronts is the Stilt Man, a minor criminal, yet the encounter is a sign of what's to come. Tony's determination to take down anyone using his tech, no matter the cost. As he progresses, Tony's encounters with armored foes become more intense. He fights several notorious villains, including the Controller and the Beetle. Each battle is tough, as these villains have adapted his tech to their advantage, but Tony's resolve only strengthens. His guilt and anger push him to go further, and he's willing to take extreme measures. These battles are brutal and emotionally draining, testing not just his strength, but his determination to see this mission through to the end. One of the turning points comes when Tony targets the Crimson Dynamo, a Russian supervillain equipped with Iron Man-based armor. This brings international attention to Tony's actions, as it becomes clear that his mission is not limited to American soil. Governments and intelligence agencies start to notice, questioning Iron Man's motives and methods. This raises global tension, but Tony doesn't care. He knows what he's doing is right, and is willing to deal with any political fallout that comes his way. The public begins to see Iron Man in a new light. Tony's actions appear ruthless, even obsessive. His friends, including Rhodey, are concerned. Rhodey questions Tony's mission, warning him that he's risking his reputation and even his freedom. But Tony is so focused on his goal that he doesn't listen. He's on a mission, and nothing, not even his closest friends, will stop him. This obsession isolates Tony, putting a strain on his relationships and pushing him further into a moral gray zone. Tony's relentless pursuit eventually brings him into conflict with the government, particularly with S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury. Fury is aware of Tony's actions and sees him as a loose cannon. Fury warns Tony to stop before things spiral out of control, but Tony refuses. This standoff with S.H.I.E.L.D. showcases Tony's independence and his willingness to defy authority for what he believes is right. It's a battle of ideals, with Tony risking everything, including his status as Iron Man, to keep his technology from doing harm. At this point, Stark Industries is under scrutiny as the government investigates Tony's activities. His company's reputation is at stake, and he risks losing everything he's worked for. Still, Tony refuses to stop. His inner conflict between the inventor who once created weapons and the hero he wants to be is stronger than ever. He's committed to his mission, even if it means destroying his legacy in the process. This dedication highlights Tony's growth from arms dealer to protector, though at a great personal cost. As he continues his mission, Tony confronts more dangerous foes who have weaponized his tech, including heavyweights like the Titanium Man. These battles are harder, pushing Tony to his limits. He realizes that every fight takes a toll on him physically and mentally, but he can't stop now. The stakes are too high, and with each victory, he gets closer to reclaiming his stolen technology. The intensity of these battles and the moral weight on Tony's shoulders make for some of the most gripping moments in Armor Wars. One of Tony's biggest challenges arises when he realizes that even some heroes have unknowingly used his stolen tech. This discovery shakes him to his core. Tony is now faced with the tough choice of confronting heroes he respects. Among them is Steve Rogers, Captain America himself. Tony is forced to confront Steve, explaining his mission. It's a tense, emotional moment, as Tony's pursuit of justice puts him at odds with those he considers allies, raising complex questions about loyalty and moral duty. The climax of Armor Wars sees Tony coming face-to-face with the Spy Master, a villain responsible for leaking his designs in the first place. This confrontation is intense and reveals a harsh truth. Tony's technology has spread too far for him to control. Though he manages to defeat the Spy Master, he realizes he may never fully reclaim all his stolen tech. This realization is devastating, as Tony understands the limits of his mission, facing the fact that even he can't prevent all misuse of his inventions. As Tony's mission concludes, he's left with mixed emotions. He's reclaimed much of his technology and disabled numerous suits, but the toll on him is enormous. His actions have strained his relationships, risked his company, and left him questioning his role as a hero. In his pursuit of responsibility, he's crossed ethical boundaries, but he remains convinced he did what he had to. This internal conflict reveals the complexities of being a hero in a world where moral choices aren't always clear. The aftermath of Armor Wars has lasting effects on Tony Stark. He reflects on the consequences of his actions, realizing that his obsessive pursuit has isolated him. Though he succeeded in some ways, the price he paid was steep. Tony is left with a renewed understanding of responsibility, knowing he must carefully consider the impact of his inventions. This evolution is key to Tony's character growth, as he learns to balance his genius with humility, accepting that not every problem can be solved with brute force. Tony's journey in Armor Wars serves as a reminder of the burden that comes with power. His actions highlight the fine line between heroism and obsession, showing how even the best intentions can lead to morally ambiguous paths. By the end of the story, Tony has grown, but he's also scarred. He's learned that being a hero isn't about winning every battle, but about making tough choices, facing the consequences, and living with the results. This journey deepens his resolve to protect others responsibly. Armor Wars is one of the most impactful arcs in Iron Man's history, showing us a complex, flawed hero driven by guilt and responsibility. Through his relentless pursuit, Tony learns invaluable lessons about power, control, and ethics. This story is a thrilling journey for viewers, packed with intense battles, moral challenges, and personal sacrifice. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more comic explanations. I've got plenty of Marvel and DC content coming your way.